Recording in progress.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the press conference for Team Haiti. We have the head coach, Jean-Pierre, here with us. Please raise your virtual hand to ask any questions that you may have. Anthony Christensen, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I just wanted to ask you about how it has been to play through all of this adversity that your team has been facing. Obviously, everything going on back in Haiti, and then as well as all of the COVID troubles that you guys have had. How has it been to deal with all of that?
It's true. It wasn't easy to prepare this match, whether it's because of the events in back at home. You have to take into consideration the COVID cases and the players who couldn't participate. But we fought to come here. We fought to play this competition, which means a lot to us. So we wanted to do something today. Unfortunately, the content could be improved, and we will work on it. Gabby Joseph. Hello, Jean-Jacques. Not all Haitians in general are disturbed at what's happening in the country. My condolences to you and to me also. Was it difficult for you after you learned about the COVID cases to improve the team's morale, to confront the United States? And did you think it was not necessary to use all your assets against the US? Thank you, Gabby. My condolences to you too. I think it was important, as I said earlier, to play this game. And for the guys who were positive, we asked they were tested to cancel. He was able to play this, but what is more important is to prepare the second game coming up. And then it was complicated when you see the content performed tonight with all we went through this week with canceled training and COVID positive players couldn't play. So we needed to keep a team till the end too, hoping to have a bit of success, which didn't happen. We will work. We will double our efforts against Canada. Jean-Etienne. Good evening, Jean-Jacques. Jean-Pierre Etienne for Radio Ibo. I have two questions. First one regarding the changes that happened very late in the game. At the 90th minute. And the second question, with this loss, the victory with the Canada and the United States is complicated. How do you see the rest of the competition? It's true that changes came quite late, and we had players that tested positive for COVID. It was difficult from the start. We knew it. The other two teams won. We saw 0-0 would have been well. We would have. It would have been good. We will fight, and we're not going to do just anything against Canada. We're trying to find a positive result, which will enable us to qualify for the last match.
Gabby Joseph, go ahead.
Gabby Joseph. Yes, coach. Is it possible to to get new players to replace the ones with that were positive for COVID, because you don't have a reserve goalkeeper. What is confirmed is Alain Jérôme will come from Haiti. Vicente Bico also. These two players are confirmed. And Ishap was supposed to replace Steven Saba. We are going to wait to recover them and integrate them quickly for the second match. Thank you, Coach.
Recording in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the press conference. We have the head coach of Team USA, Mr. Greg Betterletter. We will continue the press conference with an opening remark from the head coach.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to congratulate Gianluca Buzio, James Sands, and Eric Williamson for making their debut in the U.S. national team. You talk about the honor. Less than 800 people in the history of the United States have done that. So it's a great accomplishment for these young players. Regarding the game, I feel like, we still need to go to another gear. You can see we were a little rusty. The movements weren't as clean as they normally were. And we didn't create enough, and we didn't finish enough chances. So from that standpoint, there's room to improve. But happy with the shutout, happy that we didn't give up a goal, and happy to get the 3 points, and we move on to Martinique.
Thank you so much. We'll start with the first question from Anthony Christian.
Hi, Coach. Obviously, Gianluca Buzio making his debut in front of a home crowd. What does that kind of mean to him to be able to make that debut, and what was that kind of like for you to see that?
Yeah, you'll have to ask him what it means to him. But from my standpoint, it's great to see his development. It's great to see the work that Sporting KC put in to get him to this place. And when he came in the game, he showed a ton of calm and poise. And for the coaching staff, he did an excellent job in the game.
Next question, Stephen Goff.
Hey, Greg, thanks for your time. I imagine with the different players that are in here, some young, some a little bit older, you will need to use a little bit of patience and watch this unfold as the tournament carries on. How do you approach that, using patience and seeing how this goes?
No, that's exactly it, Stephen. As coaches, we talk about gathering information. We talk about learning. We talk about improving, and we mention that to the players all the time. And for us, it's the same thing. It's about being patient. It's about learning. It's about gathering information on the players and the way we can play with this group, and then adapting. And it's going to be a great experience to have to do that. But the important thing today is that we got the win, we got the 3 points, and now we move to the next game.
Next question, Paul Tenorio, go ahead.
Thanks, and thanks, Greg. I imagine with the injury to Paul, you talked earlier about the winger depth being an issue. Now he goes down with an injury. Late in the game, you switch to a 2-striker look, 3 in the back. Do you think that's something that you have to take a longer look at for this tournament simply because you're running out of wingers?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we moved Giassi we brought in Nicholas, first of all. And, he's still in preseason. He's not 90 minutes fit, so we had to remove him from the game. We moved Giassi to the wing. So it was mixing and matching a little bit. And I thought we lost our effectiveness. Paul is really drilled on how we want our wingers to play. So there was a big loss in the game. You see how effective he was early. But we'll part of Stephen's question and related to your questions, we have to gather information and see what this is about and see how we need to adapt to be successful. Whether that it may be moving to a 5-3-2, but we'll have to see.
Next question, Jeffrey Carlisle.
Thank you. Hey, Greg. Obviously, you get the goal early. and it was a veteran trio that you kind of had there in the center of midfield. How did you feel like that those three guys performed just in terms of trying to control the match and trying to maybe control Haiti a little bit?
What I told the guys, and it's not just related to those three in midfield, it's related to the whole team. I missed the urgency to score more goals and to be dangerous and to first pass forward and aggressive. To me, it was way too slow, way too backwards, and not enough intent to turn Haiti around and get them defending in the penalty box. And then once we were in the penalty box, I didn't like the runs, the movement in the box. I didn't like the service. So from the attacking end, we were disappointed with the intent that we showed tonight.
Next question, Simon Borg.
Greg, Shaq Moore had a pretty strong first half there. Was that by design that you guys were going down that right side? And the press was working pretty well. Why do you think you didn't score more goals in that first half? Because you had them pinned in.
That's the intent that I'm talking about. Simon, when we win the ball, we're not making these first pass forward. We're not making the first pass behind their back line. And again, what you're saying, there's a number of opportunities, even in the second half, where we win the ball in good positions and we're not able to take advantage of it. And that was probably one of the most disappointing things of the match. But like I said, we're learning from it, and we're going to keep working and get better.
Next, Briar Napier, go ahead.
Hey, Greg. So Nicholas Giochini coming in for Paul after his injury was active on the right side, obviously having a couple chances in the match. How did you like his activity on that right side coming in for a bench when Paul went out?
I thought he did a good job. It was nice that he was able to get some goal scoring opportunities. Again, as the match went on, I thought he gained confidence, and that was good to see. And he got a couple chances. Again, it's about working with that attacking group to fine tune some of the movements, some of the passes in the penalty box to be even more effective.
Andrea Canales, go ahead.
Greg, you mentioned being disappointed in the finishing and the runs. Is there anything in the attacking play that you did like and want to build on for the next match? And also, at what point does goal differential become a concern?
You mean in competing to win the group? I think that's what you mean. Well, we're taking it game by game. That's what we're doing. In terms of the attacking play, I think that there were some good moments, especially in the second half when late in the game when we were keeping the ball, making them run, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the opening, moving around in their half. I thought was pretty good. I liked the start of the game. I thought it was nice and aggressive. And then from there, it was hit and miss with some good things, good movements, good runs behind the back line, and then not enough. So, like I said, we'll keep working and we'll use this game for information to get better for next game.
Last question, Ives Galarza. Go ahead.
Greg, going back to Shaq Moore, obviously his first time with you since you've been coaching, it looks like he showed some signs of growth from 2018, obviously playing and getting games is helping his game overall. What'd you think of how he did tonight? And as far as some of your subs playing in that 3-5-2, James Sands, Williamson, and Busio, they look really comfortable in that system. How important is it to have those guys show well to give you confidence to try that system some more in this tournament?
Well, I like the calm. The midfield three doesn't change much at all from a 4-3-3 to the 5-3-2. So that was positive. They look comfortable in there. Very technical players, good on the ball. James, Gianluca, and Eric, and it's nice to have players you can bring in with that quality. So that was really good. In terms of Shaq, he got coach's man of the match today because Reggie got injured yesterday in training, and or had a slight injury that we are monitoring, and we made the call this morning that he can't play. And Shaq got the notification that he was in starting 11 hours before the game, and to come in and have that performance, he's in not even in preseason. He was training individually at home before this. So I think he did a great effort, and there's more to come from him.
Thank you so much, Coach Berhalter, for your time. We'll end the press conference at the moment, and we'll come back with mixed zone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Hello, welcome to the mixed zone. We have Haiti #1, Brian Sylvester, with us. Can you hear us, Brian?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, brilliant. Please ladies and gentlemen, raise your virtual hand if you have any questions. Gabby Joseph, go ahead.
Oui, Joseph.
You see, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
How you doing? How you feel after a long waiting to play for Haiti, and then after 2 games, how confident you are for the second game?
This is, it's a blessing. My parents are Haitian. I'm born in the States, so it's in my blood. It was just the right time to go ahead and just go out and represent the country. Just knowing me, I'm always gonna give my all on the field. I'm a very humble person, so I'll just stay to myself. But let's go ahead and do what I've been doing these last couple of days. Is go ahead, work harder, and just get better at my game. That's it.
Hey, thanks for your time tonight. I was wondering if you could share a little bit of insight on how the mood of the team is right now. Have the events of the past few days and weeks in Haiti been an extra challenge for you and your teammates? Is that another sort of obstacle for you guys to face in this tournament?
Yeah, it's tough. Send my best condolences to the family. Heard the first lady survive. Thank God for that. But we're Haitian, man. We're strong. We go out there and fight regardless. We don't fold. We stay together. So we just say the prayer and we just try to perform our best. We Haitian, so we're Zoes. We don't fold. We just go out there and perform to the best of our abilities.
We have another game in a few days, Thursday, so just getting ready for that. Go back to the job for tomorrow. A lot of work.
Hi, Kevin, can you hear us?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, brilliant. Jean, go ahead, go with your question.
Kevin LaFrance.
Kevin LaFrance, sorry that you lost. It complicates the situation of Haiti. Tell us about the first goal that against the national selection. There was a disorganization of the defense, and it was not well covered. You were not in the axis. How do you interpret this goal? It was the beginning of the match. We weren't really in our position during the first half time, so that's why there was a delay for the first goal. After that, we were able to rectify the mistakes and leave less space to this team of the United States. It was too bad that we took this goal. It was a good match overall. So we have 2 other matches against Martinique and Canada. So we'll give everything we can for those.
Thank you so much for your time, Kevin. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're continuing with the mixed zone.
Recording in progress.
Team USA, number 20, Shaq Moore. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Great. We will continue. Questions from David Melandra. Go ahead.
How would you say how you had the team look tonight, especially with your first game out in the Gold Cup tonight?
I think it was a good starting point for us. Obviously, we could have played well. We could have played a little bit better, being more lethal on the attacking side. But I think it was a good starting point. I think defensively we're solid, and I think we can definitely build off of this result.
Anything you guys can take away from tonight going into your next game?
Just knowing that every team is going to be really hard to play against, don't matter how small they are. I think we need to respect all the teams and give them the maximum intensity that the game requires and do that going forward.
Jeffrey Kalai, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Shaq. Craig was saying how you were training at home, prior to the training camp for this. I mean, what's been your progression just in terms of that, in terms of your fitness, and how fit do you think you are right now?
Yeah, I've been training. Obviously, I've been off since May, the end of our season. But yeah, I've been training at home with my personal trainer, Garvin, and we've been putting in work. And yeah, obviously, it's never easy. It's different level, different speed coming into the game. But I think I did all right. I think it's a good building point. Obviously, still working my way up to match fitness. But I think as the tournament goes on, I'll be all right.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Jack, for your time. We will wait for the next player. Thank you.
No problem. All right.
Oh, that's right. That's correct. So hopefully, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing the Team USA Mixed Zone with Gianluca Busillo. Go ahead. Paul Tenorio, go ahead.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Gianluca. I just wonder, you talked about how special it would be to get to represent the U.S. What did it feel like to go in to hear the crowd chanting your name as you did? And what was your first impression of the international game and what it's going to take to be successful in this tournament? Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really special feeling for me. I thought it was really a good game for me to get into, get used to CONCACAF. It was a little chippy, but I'm happy we can get away with the win and to do it in front of my home crowd. That was really, really big for me. And, hearing people chanting my name is something not many players get to experience. And, I'm just happy that I could do it at home, and national team debut with the win is really big. And to do it at my home is even more special.
Andrea Canales, go ahead.
You mentioned the game being kind of chippy. How are you feeling physically? And were you prepared? Is that something that Berhalter, Greg emphasized to you guys about competition?
Yeah, I feel good physically. Thank you. But yeah, I think no matter what, every player knows CONCACAF is like that. It's a very, intense game, and that's what happened. I've kind of played in the youth level, and it wasn't, this high or this intense, but I definitely had a little taste of it before. So I wouldn't say I was too surprised by it. Yeah, and I got hit a couple times, but it's something I'm not used to, especially, being a smaller guy and a younger guy. It's bound to happen. But I'm just happy that I could come away healthy, safe, and with a win.
Thank you so much. We will continue with the next player momentarily. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have number 23 from Team USA, Kellene Acosta. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Ivis, go ahead.
Kellene, congrats on the win. Obviously, it's going to be a tricky first game against Haiti. You guys still learning each other. What'd you think of how you guys kind of responded in the second half, especially when it kind of seemed like it was a little tight there? You guys took control. And as far as Shaq Moore goes, he hadn't been with the team since 2018. He comes in and plays this great first game back. What have you thought of him tonight and just in camp in general?
Yeah, it was definitely an impressive showing by Shaq. I thought he did well bombing up and down the field. Defensively, he was pretty sound. Offensively, he was a threat. Proud of him. Obviously, he's been on the team for a couple of years now. So for him to come into the team and to have that performance is definitely promising, and it's huge for him. And overall, in the game, it was a tough game for us. Haiti brought some certain challenges and obstacles for us, and they played us well. Overall, we got the result, which is, first and foremost, the most important thing. But it's something to build on. Like you said, we're still getting accustomed to each other, and we're still trying to build some chemistry. So I think as the tournament goes on, we're gonna, continue to be more cohesive and fine tune some things, and we're just gonna build on from this result.
Simon Borg, go ahead.
Hi, Kellen. Greg was talking about how he wished the team was able to create more in the attack. What's your personal assessment? What could you guys have done better, especially in that first half when you had Haiti pinned for a good bulk of it?
Yeah, I think we could be more clinical, more dangerous from the goal. I think we weren't as aggressive as we wanted to be. I thought, like you said, Shaq was, bombing up and down the field, and he created some opportunities for us. And I think if we had that more of that aggressive nature to us, I think we could have been more clinical and finished our chances. We put Haiti on their heels, early on in the game, and the game could have changed tremendously if we could have, found them back in the net a few times.
Thank you so much for your time. This ends our mix zone. Thank you.
Thank you.